And joining us now is Jim Defede, who is host of Facing South Florida. And Jim, we just talked about the fact that the president called Chuck Schumer, the minority leader, invited him to come to the White House today. They talked for quite some time. These are two New Yorkers. They speak the same language. Can they work out a deal?
Well, this was the promise of Donald Trump. Donald Trump said, I am a negotiator. I'm the person you want in the room to close the deal. Now is the question, can he close the deal? You know, you've got this situation. I thought it was fascinating that the majority leader McConnell was not in the room.
Right.
You know, that it was just Chuck Schumer and the president.
What do you make of that?
I think that it will... you know, like I said, I think it's two New Yorkers, but I guarantee you there were folks around who were making sure that the president didn't cave in the way that he did the last time with Chuck and Nancy. So I think that's a big part of this.
All right, as we just mentioned, people already starting to play the blame game on both sides of the aisle. Republicans blaming Democrats, Democrats blaming Republicans. But bottom line is, Republicans control the White House, they control the Senate, and they control the House. But they say they still don't have the numbers. Why? Well,
because in the Senate you need 60 votes. So with only 51 Republicans in the Senate, really 50 because John McCain is absent. So you need at least 10 Democrats to come over. So without Democrats, you can't do anything. But this is the problem now we have. For the past year, we don't have Republicans and Democrats talking to each other. They're just talking at each other. It's sort of the divisive nature. Some can attribute it to the tone that was set by Donald Trump, but it's really been building for a number of years. It's starting in the House, and now that you're seeing it pervasive in the Senate, when you've got senators calling each other liars, you're not used to seeing that. So the upper chamber, as it's known, usually is the one that has some reason to these debates, and right now nobody seems to have any.
Shrewd political move on the part of the Republicans to put the funding for CHIP, which is the Children's Health Care Insurance Program that a lot of people, Democrats, are in favor of. They added that in, now sort of forcing the Democrats to vote against something that they're in favor of. What's going on? We have these kids who need health insurance. We've got these young people who were brought here illegally as children. How do all of these people get the protection that they need and deserve?
So on one level, there's a cruelty here. What the Republicans have done is pitting, you know, American children who need health insurance versus, you know, undocumented kids who came here through no fault of their own, and almost pitting them against each other in some sort of cage match. And it should be noted that the Democrats have, for the past 6 months, been trying to get CHIP extended, and the Republicans have refused to take it up. Democrats also want a 10-year fix for CHIP, not just a 6-year. But it is smart. It's smart for them to be able to sort of play this. I think CHIP is going to be easy at some point. I think that the Democrats know that there are a lot of Republican states where kids need these health insurance plans, and so they can get that anytime. They're not willing to give up the position that they think they're in on DACA right now for it. And so we'll see. And in terms of positioning, the Schumer shutdown has alliteration. It sounds better than the Trump shutdown. But I still think it's going to be hard for Republicans to avoid the blame here.
All right, Jim, thank you.
Clock is ticking. Jim, we'll have much more on the political fight over DACA and temporary protected status for Haitians on Facing South Florida this Sunday morning at 8:30 right here on CBS4.